Hello and welcome to episode 102 of Tifosi Time, your favorite Serie A podcast. It's Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We're live on Twitch. We'll be on all your podcasts, iTunes, all that junk, at YouTube at some point as well. If you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe, do us a favor. We would appreciate it.
Why did you say it confusingly? Like we're on Monday night at 9 p.m. That's literally every week Monday night at 9 p.m.
I don't know. I had a brain for it. My name's Chris. That was Dan. Dan, say hi again.
Hi.
And we have Pietro here with us.
Hi.
Frank is not here. I don't know. He has no commitment, no clue where the hell he is. But on the plus side, every time he's not here, we seem to be gaining followers.
Yeah, maybe he's a jinx or something.
So we got that going for us.
But to be honest, he missed a good week to miss because, with no games, it's not like we have tons to talk about, but we'll touch on some things.
This will probably be a quicker episode, a shorter episode. I guess we're going to talk about the international break, which I didn't watch any of the games. There's a bunch of injuries. We'll talk about, I guess we'll preview round 8, and then we'll just do some random Juventus hating, I'm sure. So where do you want to start?
I mean, do you want us? I guess you got to start with the Nations League, which again, to me, the Nations League, they call it Nations League. It's friendly, so I can't get excited about it. Italy, can't make the World Cup, but then they win these games, and I'm supposed to get excited. No, sorry. So
Yeah.
they beat England and they beat Hungary, which great. They're in the final four of the Nations League.
There is something interesting about the National League. Still, I don't understand the way we get into, but I know people, the team, they go in Serie B, they go.
Yeah, there's two divisions, two groups that they go into, yeah.
They go in Serie B and Serie C. How they do that? Practically next National League, the team that are in Serie B, they don't participate. Right?
Yeah, I don't know. There's rules to who goes where depending on how you finish on the previous one. Like I said, there's a trophy to this thing.
And another things I heard with this result, Italy is going to be tested this area on the European Cup. Oh, hey, Frank.
Whoa.
Welcome back.
What up, peeps?
We talk bad about you. Wow,
Wait,
come
hold
on.
on.
I missed all the good stuff.
Wait, hold up.
You're still 80.
I have to get Frank into the chat, so he's
getting
No,
Frank
Frank, you
into
want
the
to
chat.
All right, so you guys keep talking. I'm going to figure this out, all right?
What chat?
Shut up, Frank. Be quiet.
Oh man, it all goes downhill.
Are we live right now?
Anyway, he's getting your audio set up. What are you saying about the Champions League? I mean, the Nations League. What were you saying?
The National League with this result.
Yeah.
And the European Cup, we're going to be tested this area.
What does that mean?
We're going to be like
A group lead or whatever?
group leader, right?
Shouldn't they be group leader anyway? They won the Euros.
No,
Does
you
that not work
have
that way?
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah.
Who cares?
Like anytime Italy wins something, it doesn't matter.
Nevertheless, looking back next year, even if they were the group leader, we still went out after 16 game win, right?
60 wasn't 35.
35.
The unbeaten streak was
It was
35.
35.
One
Yeah,
team
it's a record. They have the
Yeah.
record.
And this is go. I mean, that's what I say. They should review the World Cup.
I feel like I'm flashing back.
There's something they shouldn't be there.
I feel like I'm flashing back to when they got eliminated. It's bringing all the memories back.
No, but
Because you see,
go ahead.
if you talk with the Germany, Spain, Spanish, Brazil, and the Italy is not there, it's look like someone is missing. They cannot say we're champion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
They expect the big team to be there.
yeah, but they only have themselves to blame though.
Yeah,
Like
it's their fault.
It's their fault. You can't.
You know what sucks?
No,
Like,
it's
they
not
literally
their
had 3
fault.
times to go.
Come on.
They had 3 games, right? Like 2 teams they tied 0-0, right? And then they lost the play. Like
Oh yeah, they could have clinched it like way
Like
quicker.
3 weeks left, 3 games
Yeah.
left. They could have like clinched the spot, and they tied and tied. And
Yeah, but I still there is 36 game unbeaten.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Come
I
on,
don't
you
know how.
should count more 36
The,
unbeaten than 3 ties.
the shitty part is all these teams are unveiling their World Cup uniforms. They're
Yeah.
getting ready for the World Cup. And, like, you see Italy's roster, you're like, wait, they got a good team. Why aren't they in the World Cup? Like, this is just stupid, and it's going to get more frustrating the closer
Yeah,
it gets to the World
100%.
Cup. And, like, yeah, you see them, and you see them win these games, like, it just makes me even more pissed off. That's why I don't even want to watch it.
I'm starting to see World Cup commercials, and every time I see one, I get more pissed off. I'm like, this sucks.
It really
instead of
does.
being like excited.
Let me ask you, Frank, did you watch any of these games or what?
Which games?
Italy?
No, they were both during work, so I saw
Yeah.
highlights of the England one, and I just saw highlights of the one that they played versus Hungary.
So I'm on the same page with you because I was working, and in both games, I mean, in England, they outplayed England.
I watch both games, and let me tell you, I'm considered Mancini a good coach.
Wait, you're just now considering him a good
No,
coach?
no. I mean, you know what I think about all the coach. I think they there, man. They should not be there.
Wait, time out really quickly. In chat, our dumb producer says 4
But
points
if
for
you
a
think
win and 2
about-
for a tie.
If you think about Mancini with this player we have right now in Italy, he's doing a good job.
Listen, I think he did a good job. He's
We
done a
don't
good
have any
job.
Totti, we don't have a Pietro, we don't have nothing.
Yeah, no, he's
We
getting.
don't have a great player to.
But we have good players, though.
Okay, player.
We don't have
Those motherfuckers-
champions, but
Those motherfuckers
They are
today,
champions.
they
They just
win.
won the
Let me
Euros. They're
talk- Let me
champions.
talk because I see
champions
the
meaning
game.
like
I see both game, right? I'm trying to make a point. Today, the first half we play beautiful, right?
Yeah.
The second half, not that much. We should have won more than 2 goals. All right? Although Donnarumma did do 2-3 good save, but we should have scored more goal. And now there is a limit on that team. You see, we played the first half, right? Fine. But still, watch the game. I noticed that Ignoto, the second forward, Raspadori Ignoto, he wasn't doing well. I was imagining that on the first half, Scamara instead of him. Although Scamara in the second half didn't do nothing.
But
But the first half, if Scamara was instead of Ignoto, would have been better because he played the ball better.
But it's the coach's job to play these players and see what they got. Like,
Yeah, but
if this was
also-
a real game, that kid wouldn't be playing at all.
Right,
So.
but also the coach's job. The coach's job should be when you see someone who's not play well, stop.
Yeah, but keep in mind, too, this roster is pretty depleted right now. Bunch of injuries. Like, these guys aren't going to be playing.
Yeah, like,
well, the one thing I like about Mancini is he's willing to try young kids,
Yeah.
right? Like at least he's.
Yeah, but this point, you cannot even say too much about that because you don't have a choice.
Well,
Yeah,
I guess, but he
yeah.
started it before, though.
Yeah, but he started before. You don't have a choice. You know, what I see in the both game, right? I see the defense, the fullback, right to left, which was the one from number. What's his name?
Di Lorenzo.
Di Lorenzo.
De Lorenzo and DeMarco. They play a beautiful game, both game.
Mm-hmm.
It shows how many teams have better fullbacks than Juventus, for
You
sure.
hate DeMarco.
No, DeMarco played beautiful. Both games.
He scored today.
He
DeMarco.
scored in the second game,
Mhm.
and they do a lot of play with him, from right to left, from left to right.
Unfortunately for DeMarco right now, he's playing in a system where they play 3 center backs, and he's not a center back. So he has to play wing, otherwise he's
Right.
useless. So
I tell you another things. For De Lorenzo, I was thinking De Lorenzo is more defender, but he's too good even as a
yeah.
fullback that go out.
Yeah, I feel like he's gotten better.
He's
Well, I think
not
that's
going
actually a Mancini effect, though, right? Because like he plays guys, but each person that he puts in those fullback roles, like they play the role. Like even
Yeah.
guys that you don't see move forward that much on their team, they move forward on Italy.
Hey, that Champion right now is playing better than Bastoni. Yeah, really.
Well, listen, he started last game for
And this
Inter.
2 games, Frank, this 2 game, I feel sorry because you know what I say about Bonucci. But this 2 game was beautiful. He
Well,
played beautiful.
Bonucci
So going
did play
back-
good. From what I saw, he played good.
Going back to what Frankie said, though, Mancini has them playing in roles, and they know what their roles are. Where compared to Juventus, and they're just freaking lost.
I agree with that. I think Mancini does. Like, even though he's got the hardest job, right? He gets players for like 2 weeks at a time from all these different teams. They seem like they know their role better on Italy than Juventus players know their role.
Frank, you know the difference when Mancini is? We play the 3-5-2, right? We treated defenders. It's easy to play the 4. But it's a merit is to play the team up.
Yeah.
That not to step back like the stupid leg.
That for sure, but I also think he's smart. Like he picks players and he picks them to play the role that they're good at.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't bring somebody in and go, "Hey, you're good on the left. Let me put you on the right." You know, so especially on a national team, that's important because you don't have a lot of practice time.
Well,
you know, they're coming together.
Less time to bullshit. It's like, hey, do your job. Here it is. This is what you should do.
But Frank, Mancini has a merit because you see, if Mancini put the Marco full back and the 3, he made a mistake because the Marco is the 50 guy to play up.
Mm-hmm.
Defend, he can play.
But that's what I'm saying. So on his own team, we've seen Inzaghi play him as part of the 3 one game, right? Didn't we see him and he played horrible? But Mancini doesn't make those mistakes. He goes, no, this guy's a wing back. Like, I'm either going to play him as a fullback on the side to go forward, or I'm not going to play him.
Yeah, but
Allegri and these other coaches are like, hey, you play over here.
About Mancini, I just said before, right? I was expected to take Ignoto before the second half. Because they played good in the first half, but the old one who didn't play good was him.
Yeah, but again, you have to remember it's a friendly, and he's going to get 45 minutes. He's going to get 45 minutes. He wants to see the kid play.
When you want to see a beautiful game, you see who play good, who play not good.
Yeah, but he also wants them to clearly be a part of the team, so he's trying them out. He's not just giving them 45.
Yeah, but you have to bench. You see, Ignoto, you have
But he took him out.
If in the beginning you decide to put Ignoto and not Scamacca,
I think what you're debating is you're debating the merit of the game, right? Did he play good? Should he have taken him out? That's one way to look at it.
Yeah, I believe in that.
That's one way to look at it, right? But you also have to think he's trying to build long term and he's trying to see what he's got.
He's like 19.
I believe that. I believe it. A merit of a coach is to know how to sub the player.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's important to know when. Yeah,
but there's more going on than just this one game.
You know what we saw when Atletico throw us out? We were to play beautiful. The coach, Atletico coach, and the second half he changed.
Simeone.
Remember? Yeah. Simeone. So he switched all the game.
Yeah. No, I think what Dan and Chris are saying is
you don't have the bench just if someone get hurt.
But I think what Dan and Chris are saying is that if it was a different game, maybe he would have taken him out earlier.
No, he wouldn't
have been playing.
They think they might hurt the player. No, that's wrong. That's not wrong because you have to think the good of the team. Where the team is doing bad, you have to squeeze when you're on time. No after to be criticized.
I'm not worried about him making moves. I've seen him make moves when he has to, so I'm not worried about that.
Listen, one thing about it is he seems like he knows I think he knows what the role is. His role is to pick people that are in form.
Frank, you didn't see the game.
No, I saw the highlights.
You didn't see the game, and the people, what do you call the people that tell the game? You notice Mancini is upset, even though we were 2-0. We were angry because. He was angry on the point. I was a C. He goes, why you have to, you squeeze. You have the bench in there. You have 5 people today.
Yeah, I mean.
But you see, remember one thing, Frank. When you start a formation, at the moment you think for you it's the best formation you put. But nevertheless, on that formation you have a doubt between one another.
I think
do what he's supposed to squeeze.
No, I think if this is a game that actually really does mean something. I'm talking about as a coach, go coach, not just.
I think you're reading too much into it, though. That's what we're saying. Like, I think if this was the European finals, that wouldn't be the case. He'd make the move. We've seen him do it before.
No. How many times you see he don't use the if go back to Allegri, he never uses the 5 sub.
We're not talking about
You're talking about a
Yeah,
different
but
coach.
it's the same.
No, but no, he's not.
He's not.
He's not the same.
I don't agree.
We can afford to do with delay.
Mancini's a way better coach than Allegri.
Yeah, but we can we have to do. If you watch the game, you see where you do wrong.
I get it. You're looking at a single game though, and he's looking at everything.
Understand. You know what I can understand? If you start to play bad the last 5 minutes of the first half, you wait the end of the first half to tell him, listen, right now you play, you have to do this, and this to improve. Why you screech? But when you see something is missing because one player is not doing what you're supposed to do, you screech.
Well, listen, he took that kid out and they played worse. So their second half was even worse.
I am a good coach. I
know you're debating two different things.
Why does he get personally offended? I don't understand.
No, because that's the reality. Because all the coaches, they do the same shit, same bullshit.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know the context of what he was thinking in terms of the 2 games, how he wanted to spread the minutes out, what he was trying to evaluate. Like, I don't know. You're just seeing the game.
You don't spread nothing. What I'm saying, you have the contest, you have the team. If you see someone miss something, you get lost the ball in one place all the time. He's not informed and in shape.
Or maybe he's evaluating if that kid could take instruction and see if he can learn from, hey, you're doing this wrong. I need you to do this, and seeing if he can improve. Like there's
because you see, in the first half,
you can't afford when it's a super friendly. Who gives a shit?
Still, we could have another 2 goals in there. Now, once you go 4 goals, you can afford the other team to score 1 goal or 2. But if they catch you 2-2, then they might win you.
I don't know. I don't
And
really
again, in a friendly, whatever.
I honestly, my prediction is I'm not that worried about because I don't think that guy is going to be part of the future long term. I'm just not a big fan of his. I think he's overvalued.
In general, you mean?
I think he's overvalued
for the bench, but we cannot go.
Yeah, he's not going to be someone that's going to take Italy to. I mean,
I think, I don't think he's anywhere near ready to.
Right now. But there's other players, right? There's Raspadori. There's going to be a million other players that are going to play over that kid. So I don't know what the fascination is. Maybe he's trying to launch a kid to say I launched a kid. I don't get too worried on it.
He's launched already. He got bought. Like people know about him. I don't think that's it. I think he really wants to.
Nevertheless, some game he did good.
Yeah. Well,
the whole thing is, as I say, this game, the second game, he deserved to be sub. So why didn't do? He had the slacker behind there.
So, okay, let's go back to Bonucci for a second because I didn't see the game. And you guys both said that Bonucci played both games really good.
Well, so it's funny. His passing, we talked about Juventus and they had the midfield. But his passing was really good.
Okay.
Going back in the first game in national team.
Yeah.
I tell you, Samak in the first half, I like the way he played. Even if he scored, he didn't do nothing. To me, he played good. Smith played with the other forward, and they criticized him because for most of them, he didn't play well. For me, he played well.
Because his job is to score. But we were talking about Bonucci.
Yeah, I was asking about Bonucci.
Bonucci, I mean, they scored because of him on a long ball.
I saw the pass he made and everything. But beyond the pass, you said he played good, right? So to me, I'm asking this question. Is this another sign that the players have quit on Allegri?
Yeah.
Because you just show up with Mancini after playing really bad and all of a sudden you just feel breath of fresh air?
That's for sure. Because you see, if you go back, Zaccaria, Kuloversky,
all their comments,
the elite, they all say the same thing. We play too bad.
Yeah.
Frank, did you hear Kulusevski's comments today?
I saw that. Did Daddy see it? You guys saw the thing you sent me. Kulusevski said, what was the comments exactly? I read it, but I can't remember.
That he just wasn't having any fun.
He said Conte's
another Conte on a different level then.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he also said they don't work very hard, right? They didn't work very hard. Well,
said that.
No.
I tell you something that's about Conte, right? I tell you, sir, you know, I didn't like when he was where he was with us, 3-5-2, because to me it was 5-3-2, right? The way, but now Conte changed a lot since he went to England. He played like everybody else.
Yeah, it's more attacking.
Like Liverpool, like everybody else. Although he has
Listen,
he go 3-3 defend all the time.
Conte wasn't perfect, and we kind of soured on him at the end because he has that my way or the highway, and he always complains
he's got,
you need to get me more stars, you got to get me this, you got to get me that. That's why I didn't like Conte. But his team always showed up. They ran. They had a style.
And also, this to tell me with Conte, tell me the player making the difference. Because you can have a game, but if you don't have the player, you have a leave.
What I don't appreciate is the coach who goes, "Get me the stars, or I can't win." Well, why the fuck am I paying you? Like, if I get you the 11 best players, anyone could win, right?
No,
So,
no. But what I'm gonna say about Conte is in 3-5-2, right? You don't play static. You know what I mean? Now you that 3-5-2 change all the time. 3-4-3. You know, because everybody move.
Yeah, but do you remember when Conte came? Do you guys remember this? That the first moves they made, they brought a lot of wings. Do you remember that? We had that guy Esta. We had like 6 wings.
And nowadays we don't need that much.
He did that the same thing as Spurs.
But then when he ended up looking at the team on Juventus, it ended up being Sandro. Right? So it could have been the players he had too.
But Sandro, when he came, the first 2 years he played okay.
Yeah, the first year. Yeah.
Here's the thing about all these players making comments. You know, your Zakaria, De Ligt, and Kulusevski. It's the perception that Juventus now is incompetent, and now players aren't going to want to go to that team because all these players are talking bad about.
Well, yeah.
About
And then
the
you
team.
look at the field and you go, "What am I signing up
for?" I tell you something else. Zakaria will own him. Next year is going to play Juventus. You want to bet? Another coach. He's going to play back.
It depends if the coach is different.
I haven't been following. I don't know how he's doing at Chelsea.
Zakaria is a good player. We were happy when we got him, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
But that's the fear that people aren't going to want to go to them because everyone seems to be miserable and it doesn't seem like a good culture anymore. So
I always say, remember last year, I was saying, if we buy Zakaria, Vlahovic is going to be okay.
Yeah, you were the only one saying.
No, I think we all were. We were saying, hey, let's sell
him a little bit.
We'd be better off, but really in the end, what did it help?
Well, help us got the 4th spot.
Allegri decided that Zakaria is not good. Now another one is killing Allegri's Locatelli.
Yeah, Locatelli he's killing too. Yeah.
So wait, really quickly in chat, Poot just brought this up. I read this earlier today. I didn't link it to you guys, but there was preliminary talks, Pulisic coming to Juventus in the summer.
I don't want him.
I don't want it. First of all, I've heard that rumors last summer. You know, this past
35 million.
I personally I don't
How
want
much?
it either. Like
35.
Yeah, but you know what? I'd take another American. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, but here's my thing, right? Like, to me, it'd be more important to get a better coach than get another player.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, like, you know, first of all, Pulisic is not going to play on Juventus. Because
he's a backup player.
If Chiesa's back, right?
Who said that, Frank?
You think he's better than Chiesa?
And but they're going to play both with another coach. Frank,
well, you have Vlahovic.
They can play both. They can play.
And who's on the right? I guess we have Di Maria only on the right? So he can play there.
Oh, Di Maria not going to go.
Yeah, thank God he'll be gone. But I'm saying there's no guarantee that on a good team, Pulisic is going to play.
Yeah, but let's not. I mean, Pulisic is good. He's got skill, but let's not act like he's the most consistent best player.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
He's not. So
you know what
he's a good player, though.
No, he is.
You know what they say about Di Maria? Now it's look like I'm cursing, right? Di Maria in Italy make the difference. It's another level. I don't see that.
Not so far.
No,
I don't see that.
You can tell the guy. I mean, he's good. Everyone knows he's good.
One goal is scored by mistake.
It was luck.
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't played. He's been hurt, and he got a red card, and he's played really crappy.
Another one, Pogba. it's another bad buy.
Which we said, by the way. I don't get the games right, but we were big. All of us were saying we don't want these players. They're old and they make too much money.
That, but I will say in the preseason, Pogba showed me more than I thought he would show me in a preseason.
Well, he was happy to be back, right? He wanted desire. He wanted.
I don't know if that'll last, but does he have the potential to help?
That I appreciated that he wanted to be back. He took less money. Okay, great. Like you showed me some desire. But we knew long term what it was going to be. I didn't think he was going to get hurt in the first week.
Man, at this point, who would end up be back? They forgot one thing. The Pogba in England with the Manchester, he didn't play too much.
No, he played less each year. He kept getting hurt.
He was
That's what I'm saying.
Besides being miserable.
Well, he's fragile too. Yeah.
He's fragile. That's the thing. Like you can't buy a player who's old and hurt.
He didn't show me too much difference in that team.
This team has lots of problems, but like it's a lot easier to change one bad coach than it is 22 players.
Yeah. Wait.
Now, when that coach is making $40 million.
Are we done with the Italy talk?
Now they're talking about, besides the coach, they talk about Petrarchi from Atalanta.
Who?
Petrarchi.
Who's Petrarchi?
Direttore sportivo.
Petrarchi, the guy who's in Tottenham?
Atalanta.
Oh, they're thinking about taking him?
Yeah.
Good, please do. Get somebody who's showing me something.
They need someone on the dirigents.
That's what they need. They need a soccer person to be in charge.
I think nobody is safe on Juventus. I think everyone can go at some point, especially if it continues like this. So.
But who's good? But the thing is, Agnelli's not going to fire himself.
Agnelli can go. Yes, he doesn't have power. They can remove him.
Isn't that the boss, Agnelli?
Yeah. So what? Elkan's going to fire him and bring who? Who?
Elkan.
Yeah. So who's Elkan going to fire Agnelli and bring who? Himself?
No. Well, Rebecca, you cannot decide to put out the Pietro as president.
Okay, but do we know Del Piero's good? I love Del Piero, but do we know he's a good president?
I know about
he's a restaurant owner right now in LA.
You know what I mean? I love Del Piero, but there's how many great players they try to be coaches, they suck. They try to be presidents, they suck. Like it's different skills.
Did you see Maldini?
Yeah, what about?
First of all, front office.
He changed Milan.
Yeah, okay.
He changed Milan. Since he won there, he got young players, with him.
Chiellini's the one who's.
I think Chiellini. Listen, all these guys.
Chiellini doesn't know nothing about soccer.
I'm saying he went to business
You've
school.
always hated Chiellini, but I can see. I don't know. I can see him being a coach.
Chiellini doesn't know nothing about soccer.
Why? Why do you say that? Because he doesn't have technique. Conte didn't have technique. Conte didn't have technique. But did Conte have technique?
Come another one who's not good. Who's not good.
Who?
Zanetti and Malinter. I saw him all the time like this.
Yeah, well, I said that about Pirlo when he was practicing.
For anyone listening, you should have seen his face he just made.
The guy's got, when Pirlo, I saw him in the preseason go, the guy doesn't talk, he's got his hands in his pockets. So you can't say that, right? Tudor had no skill. His team's doing good.
Tudor was a coach.
Right.
Yeah, but it's the same shit.
But I'm saying, you're saying Chiellini's going to suck. He knows nothing about soccer. Conte didn't have a lot of skill, so Pirlo had a lot of skill, and he's a shitty coach.
Bro,
like, you don't know.
I'm going to get kicked off Twitch.
No. You know what I noticed was someone is good or not? Remember the scene when Allegri was with Chiellini, like he said to him, we don't have a team like you.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have personality.
Who, Chiellini?
People love him.
Chiellini has personality.
Isn't he all personality?
He was all personality.
You know what it makes me laugh?
He jokes around on the field all the time.
Yeah.
You know what you make me laugh? When people say, let's bring it up Pietro, for example. Let's play. Well, he's going to come back to play. You know what I mean?
Wait, you just said to bring it back to the president.
No, I'm going to say one like the Pietro. Some people, they take this.
Look at Nedved, right? We kill Nedved because we're like, what do you do, Nedved? We don't know. He was a good player.
Look at Totti on Rome. Like, he wasn't successful.
You see, if I was Juventus, Nedved, because he liked to talk about player, I say, go abroad to try to find player.
You
That's what
wanted
we said.
you want to demote him to scout.
Not even head scout. You're going to.
You're going to Bulgaria and you're going to scout.
Attaque Zadet.
That was the best.
That was freaking amazing.
For those of you guys that listen to this on the podcast,
Dom,
you
if
have
you're
to go
listening,
watch the video to see the face.
Dom, if you're listening, please clip that. Make it a YouTube short, please.
That was freaking amazing. I love it.
That was great.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. Listen, all I'm saying is if we want to talk about DNA of Juventus, I believe more in the Buffons of the world, Chiellini's, Tudor, these people coming back and somebody being good.
No, Kelly.
Well,
Why do you hate Chiellini? You didn't like him as a
Because
player.
I don't see him as a coach.
He's
Was
the
he a
only
leader
person
on
in
the
the world
field?
who hates
I don't see him as
Was
a
he a
coach.
leader on the field?
I don't see him as a coach.
Did players follow him? Yes.
No, follow nothing.
They did.
Coach, as a coach, Bonucci is better than Kelly.
Bonucci's another Pirlo in waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You can't say either way if he's going to be good or not. It's all a guess. But I don't know why he's so adamant that he's going to.
Yeah,
suck so
we
bad.
don't know. The point is, neither of us know. We've never spent long time with him talking about soccer.
You
I have no
can
idea.
try. You can afford to try.
Well,
Yeah, no, I'm not saying give his first job.
I'm not saying
Juventus.
giving Juventus the first job, but I'm just saying I think if they go get the Atalanta guy, was where the conversation started. A guy that's built a team before and knows about soccer. That's what they need.
And then they say they're talking about Conte and Gasparini. That's what the two coach.
Well, Gasparini. The only reason I don't like Gasparini is I love Gasparini, but how many more years is he going to coach? 4 or 5 max? He's 63, right?
Coach more than 4 years.
Yeah, what do you want?
That's what I mean. Well, okay, that's fair.
That's a coach more than 4 years.
That's fair. That's
It's a
fair.
natural cycle.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't.
I don't know how old he is, but I know he's pretty close, right? What is he, 63, 64?
I mean, he's not fucking with a walker in the.
No, but
he's fine. He's
I know we were
healthy.
talking about him years ago. And we're saying, well, how much more years is he going to coach? Now, all of a sudden,
Listen.
you want to bring him?
All I know is if you bring him in, this team will actually run and try.
Oh, 100%. I'm all for it. Gasparini.
Hey, Christopher. But even to make a run, or you have the preparator play.
Well, he brings them with him,
Yeah, you
right?
don't think he's gonna bring? He's gonna
I
bring
have
the
to bring
staff.
the people.
Or are they going to say, oh, Gasparini, you come, but you have to keep the guys we have now?
No, you kidding?
Montero's gonna be your only coach. There you go.
It's that's the thing. Gasparini, home run, bring him. I don't care. Bring the guy who runs on the line. I'll root for our team. I'll feel like there's hope.
Listen,
Right now-
at this point, you take anyone. You take
Not anyone, because you guys maybe don't remember the years of Elkan, Seco, and the team that sucked ass with the people that were in charge that brought in players that never played for us. Thiago
Let's
Motta.
face it.
Not
Okay.
Thiago Motta, the other guy.
All the Italian team, including Juventus, right? They have a money problem, right? They don't have too much money compared
Not a
to
lot.
England. So what's the whole choice for them to find young people and put in
Yeah.
there?
Dan,
That's the whole choice.
you would take Bruce Arena or what?
Listen, Bruce Arena is better than Allegri.
He's a winner. He's got a lot of
He's
MLS cups.
100% better than Allegri.
Oh,
Bruce Arena.
Bruce Arena.
no, come on.
Do you think Allegri's a better coach than Bruce Arena? Bruce Arena had shitty players.
You might as well bring Lawless to run
It's
your
like
team.
retire.
Listen, we're being facetious,
We're
right? But,
joking, obviously.
we're joking, but the point is, it's there's so much wrong with this team, and the thing is, it can't be anyone because you remember when Marotta came, he saved us from the years of Seco, and who was the guy in charge with Seco? That the team was so bad. They brought in Paulsen from Denmark that sucked. They brought in that guy Thiago for 35 million that never played a game.
I don't know.
Yeah, but who was
Yeah.
who was the other dirigent with Seco? There was another guy.
Seco.
Seco, and now wasn't there one other guy too? They were horrible. They were like Paratici, except they bought guys 5 degrees worse, somehow that they overpaid for. That was really bad. So bring somebody who built Sassuolo, bring someone from Atalanta. Let's.
Frank, that time, you don't need too much money to buy a player.
Yeah, back then it was easier.
That time they didn't spend too much money for a player.
Well, but wasn't that guy Thiago, the center back that got hurt? Wasn't he 25 million? The guy from Portugal. And we were like, why'd you get this guy? He sucks. Paul's like, wasn't there Paulson?
No, of course. Yeah, some guy.
How far are we going back here?
That was before Marotta came in charge. So, like, what year was that? That wasn't that far. What was that, 12, 15 years?
So why?
Up to Marotta, the player, they were not cost too much money.
Yeah.
We didn't buy 100 million or whatever.
No.
Yeah, the explosion didn't happen then.
Now everybody wants 7-8 million for himself.
But I think what we said is right. I think if you're Juventus, you have to understand, like, you can't compete with the top players all the time. So you have to have 4 or 5 young guys that you discover, you get cheap, and you build up their value. And then when you fill in 5 or 6 really good ones.
So
you can't get 22 good ones. You don't have the money.
If you go back, you make together, right? The coach too. You bought the whole player. You bought 75 million. Delete. And we have a coach that kill it.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. He's killing Vlahovic too. So.
Speaking of young guys, they're one of their best ones hurt now because of these stupid games.
Oh,
a bunch of injuries. Moretti's hurt his ankle, right?
Well, he was playing for the under 21.
Yeah.
Like bad or?
Okay, 1 week.
1 week, not like a broken ankle.
Lose him for a week.
What broken?
No, they can't afford to lose him. Is the point, though.
Listen, I won't watch the game if Moretti's not playing. I'm going to skip that one.
Me too.
Because really, there's only a few people I watch for these days.
So other people who hurt: Magnan's hurt, Theo Hernandez is hurt, Brozovic is hurt. Immobile is hurt, but he's going to play. He's fine.
Before.
Yeah, but
he's ready for
these international breaks, and
all from these games.
Well, I mean, during this little break, they've gotten hurt. So, well, it sucks because it's totally changing the,
Well, this whole middle World Cup thing, this just again goes back to the Qatar thing and what a disgrace with the bribe. I mean, first of all, I'm glad if Italy's going to miss the World Cup, they're missing this one. Like, how many poor people died, slaves, building the stadiums in Qatar? Like, it's literally like they had slaves building the stadiums that died, right? Like,
why they die?
Because they treated them like slaves to build the stadiums. That's how bad it was. Like, and it's in the middle of the freaking winter, which is just not a World Cup. So, like, I'm trying to make myself feel better, but, like, this one is
it still counts. It still counts as a World Cup.
Yeah, it still counts. Someone's going to win it and still be crowned a World Cup champion. But the 3-month break for the season, like, in the middle of the season's annoying. Yeah, like, this whole thing's annoying.
My friend, Qatar has the money.
That's why they got it. They bribed.
That's the only reason I got them.
They bribed FIFA. All those guys got arrested or lost the. That's why they got the thing.
Still, I get what you're saying, Frank, but it still sucks. That's 8 years without a World Cup. For
Italy. Listen, for sure. But I'm saying, like, Qatar itself should have never got the World. It's not a soccer country.
Yeah, it's done.
It's not like Africa where they want to build.
Did you hear the last one? Like Argentina had a national team and they want the player to be released before 2-3 weeks before. Well,
2-3 weeks before what?
Some guys say
before the break.
Paredes go to Argentina. Tell Argentina to pay them.
Paredes can go.
To pay them.
You can go.
Oh, they want to go. Yeah, listen. If I was a national team coach, I'd want my players there as early as possible too. I'm not going to get them.
I'd put those requests in too.
Me too. I'd be like, hey, can you send them a month early, please?
Yeah. Don't play
them.
Yeah.
I don't even want to send them because they have to play my championship.
Although if you get them too early and they start just doing expositions, you're probably better off keeping them real games for a certain point.
It's gonna eat at us the closer and closer it gets.
When does it start? Middle of November, right?
I think.
I didn't even realize it's that close.
Like, it's close.
It's so like, freaking close.
I'll be watching Knicks games. I don't care. It's gonna kill me. Every game, it's gonna kill me. So
I'm gonna watch because I love it.
I love it too, and I'm gonna watch. But I won't feel as guilty when I'm working and there's 3 games going on, and I have to try to DVR them at night.
See, for me, it's more about watching the players that I enjoy, on a different stage. So like I'll watch games just for, a striker that I want to see or, a player. So
I'll root for some of the underdog teams. I'll root for the US. I'll root for like an African team that plays good. Korea.
Like I watch, McKennie on the US. Like I want to see him. So I'll watch that. That's
Yeah,
the
listen,
only
we'll
way I'm
watch
going to
it.
find enjoyment from it.
We'll watch it, but we definitely got screwed, and it makes no sense. Like Italy's definitely one of the better 32 teams or whatever it is should be there. It's stupid.
But in the end, I couldn't care less who wins it. Like I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like it's whatever. So
like if France wins it, Germany wins it, Argentina, who cares? To me, it's all the same shit. Maybe I'll be happy for DeBallo if he won it, if he played.
I don't think
he wouldn't probably, but I don't know.
Yeah. So that's the international breaks with the injuries and all that. That's a little more Juventus bashing. Do you guys want to look at the round 8 games?
Yeah, let's pick, don't we?
Yeah, let's pick.
Hey, from me to the World Cup start at the beginning, right? The question is we're going to have still a leg or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's going to bet. Do you think
I told you he's not. I think I'm the only one who thinks he's staying the whole season.
I do not think he's staying the whole season.
I'm not thinking if we're gonna stay close with the festive teams, he's out.
Well, so I'll say this. I'll say the World Cup works against Allegri big time because he now has 6 weeks to get closer to the top. Otherwise, they literally have 2 months to replace him.
Yeah, but he still has to think. First of all, he has to think of Bologna. Because if
he cannot think that far in advance. Like he needs to win.
No, he needs to win. That's what I'm saying. Like if he gets to the World Cup break and he's 15 points behind the top 4.
Yeah, no, that's a huge break where they would be able to make a move and be like, "Hey, we're going to implement you for a month, and you start doing your thing."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They have a big break that they wouldn't normally have, so they can say, "You get out, we'll bring somebody else in. You coach whoever's still here.
Try to fix it."
Yeah.
It's possible.
We can move on to round 8. Want me to read these really quick?
Yeah, because I don't know that they can't see the game. So
no,
why don't you?
I don't Twitchify.
There's some decent ones. We got Napoli versus Torino, Inter versus Rome, Empoli versus Milan, Lazio versus Spezia.
Torino's good game, huh?
Yeah. Lazio versus Spezia, Lecce versus Cremonese, Samp versus Monza, Sassuolo versus Salernitana, Atalanta versus Fiorentina, Juventus versus Bologna, and Verona versus Udinese.
Good games.
Udinese is good game too.
There's some good ones.
There's like 6 good games.
Yeah. Do we want to pick 4?
Yeah, we'll pick 4. Again, the first 3 games are on Saturday, then the bulk of them are on Sunday, and then the last game, Verona, Udinese.
I can't even pull up a list because I'm on my phone. So
no, that's fine. We'll pick the 4 games. It's no big deal.
We're gonna pick them now.
Yeah. Who wants to go first?
Let's start at the top. Napoli Torino. That's a good game. Napoli's home, right?
Napoli is home. Yes.
Toto.
You're saying tie?
Toto.
I want to say tie, but wait, Juric is back, correct?
Yes. I'm saying 2-1 Napoli.
I'm saying 3-2 Napoli.
Raspadori is on a goal-scoring streak.
Yeah.
Is Osimhen back?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna say 2-2.
Okay.
Juric, my boy.
All right. Inter Rome, I'm assuming we're going to pick?
Yeah, Inter Rome is a very good game. Again, no Brozovic for Inter.
Inter's home.
Dybala's still hurt?
No, Dybala's Chiefs training with Argentina.
I think he can play.
Yeah. Rome doesn't have Karsdorp. He hurt his knee really bad. But that happened a couple weeks ago. Not that that's, huge, but
I listen, I don't like the way Inter's playing. I'm saying 2-1 Rome.
I say 2-2 again.
Yeah, I'm leaning more to a tie on this one. I'm going to say 2-2.
I'm going to say 3-1 Rome.
Let me ask you, if Inter loses this game, is Inzaghi seriously in trouble?
Well, that's my thing. I think Inzaghi is getting fired.
Will become potential.
Maybe they'll take Allegri and we'll take Inzaghi and both teams.
No.
You can't do that, first of all. But I think he's in more danger than Allegri right now.
Yeah, he may be.
Yeah.
Just because they'll have less patience with him. And he's got less clout than Allegri.
Less money with him.
And less money, yeah.
What other games you want to do? You want to do Atalanta Fiorentina?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So Atalanta's home.
Atalanta's home.
One.
Man, they're not impressing me, but they don't lose. They're still in first
They don't
place.
lose. I know.
They're tied for first, and,
So
and
in
they
my
have
head,
not
I'm telling
played
me
good
like,
yet.
when's the stinker gonna come when they're gonna lose? And I like Italiano, but I'm also
Exactly.
but I like Gasparini too. So it's not just really a coach edge.
Yeah, and like it's not like Atalanta plays great at home anymore. They haven't
No.
been.
They haven't played great all year. If they start to play great, they might actually win it this year.
That being said, 2-1 Atalanta.
1-1.
I'm gonna go draw on this 2-2. I don't think either team are gonna like knock it out of the park on this.
I'm gonna say 2-2 too.
Okay. And the last game, do you want to pick Juventus? Is this the week
we
Allegri gets
have
fired?
to. We have to pick Juventus Bologna. We gotta pick that one.
All right, Juventus is home.
2-1 Bologna. 2-1 Bologna.
3-1.
Thiago Motta's got him going, Frank.
3-0 for you.
I hate
This guy is nuts,
Every
dude.
week he says that.
3-0 for you.
I think 3-1 Bologna. Arnautovic gets a hat trick.
I'm saying 2-1 Bologna.
I'm going draw 1-1. This game's gonna suck ass. By the way, it's gonna be the most boring.
So let me ask you:
of the week.
if they tie, Juventus ties or loses, does that put more pressure, or is it tie a win for Allegri?
No. I told him I don't think he's out. So even if they lose this game, I don't think he's out.
Not after this game.
If he loses this game, it's going to be funny if they don't fire him to see everyone's reaction.
It does give us something to talk about.
People are going to lose their minds.
Let it ride, you know?
Yeah, it's funny.
Arnautovic 2 goals for me. One on Bonucci, the second one on Bonucci. No, he's gonna beat Sanjo for a play that it wasn't marking him.
This game's gonna be bad. It's gonna be
boring.
It's gonna be very boring. Bologna is not they have nothing. They have him and that's it.
What do we have? This might be a game.
That's what I'm saying. Both ways, it sucks.
Yeah, this might be a game where there's 2 shots total.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Anything else you guys want to finish up with here?
Allegri out.
Can I see that Zanetti face again, please?
Zanetti face me.
He's not even listening. Anyway, have a good night.
Let's see you guys next week.
Adios.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
Take care.